so deep. Nowhere, God is the King. Love is They looked up and saw a star shining in the east, and beyond them far into the air. Do y'all know what? It gave great light, and it continued both day and night. Somebody ought to help me sing well. See, I don't really know if you really understand what the Williams sings is trying to tell you. You got to know that he is the King of Israel. My Bible tells me that he's Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Have I got a witness? Somebody may be driving in your car, and you may be listening to this song right now. You may be on your way to the mall or to the grocery store, whatever it is. I want y'all to take a little time out and remember that if it wasn't for Jesus, yeah, wouldn't be no Christmas time, y'all. You ought to pull your car on the side of the road, lift your hands and say, Lord, I thank you, good God Almighty, for sending your son to die. Oh, you didn't have to do it, but you did. Yeah. You gotta recognize right now, there is no other God before the Lord. I ain't got nothing against Santa Claus, y'all, but Santa Claus can't put food on my table. He can't put clothes on my back. Good God Almighty, I feel all right now. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you for being God.
What is going on, y'all? It is your man, Tole. Oh, my God. What a great opening song. That was the Williams Singers with their song, Noel. Lord have mercy. Woo, I was over here about to eat, kind of. But listen, it is a great day, and I am super duper glad to be in it. Listen, we're getting ready to get things going, but before I do anything, first shout out today, Rob Ellis Jr., what is going on? Glad to have you in the virtual building. as well as others. Listen, my name is Demetrius Toll Free. How do you know it? Well, I'll tell you because it says so right there. My name is Demetrius Toll Free. You can hit me up everywhere on social media at the Toll Free. That is on Facebook, Instagram, uh, Twitter, X if you still use it. I use it on for everything. Anyway, you know how to find me. Listen, we've got so much to cover today. I don't have time for my normal detail antics other than to remind you to get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Marco Polo, Periscope, Threads. Tell everybody you know. That's it. That tell your mama and them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nuck Nuck them, Pojo them. Let them all know, yes, that we are live right now on the Freedom Radio family of networks. We are live on Facebook as well as on YouTube, a couple of different YouTube pages, and I am super excited about it. So listen, let's get this show going because we've got a lot to cover and a little bit of time to do it. Shout out to Jerry Davis. What is going on? Glad to have you in the building. And listen, we've got so much going on. Let's get going, y'all. Let's get going. Let's get ready to bring up my homie who is hanging out with us, obviously, because you see a comment on the screen. But let's bring up my homie, the world travel, the always talented, always funny, makes me laugh. We're almost the same age in a few months. My homie and yours, the incredible Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, what is
I
going
love
on?
I love almost the same age in a few months. That's so funny to me because we ain't never gonna be the same age, Tito. Ain't never.
Close enough. We'll
Because
be we'll be back in the same decade.
we'll have the same number in front of our age. Amen. We will. I will be turning 50 in February, and everybody is like, what are you going to do to celebrate your birthday? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. It's December, and I don't know how I'm going to celebrate my 50th birthday coming up in February. That's a
Yeah.
little last minute. But here's the thing. I don't know. I feel like I'm on such a focused grind right now, career wise and ministry wise. I'm not even thinking about it. And that may sound bizarre. It sounds bizarre to me because I'm like the birthday queen. You know, I celebrate everybody else's birthday. When it comes to mine, I'm like, eh. So I think I'm the type of person that I need my team, my crew around me to just throw me something. That's the kind of person that I am. I'm just like, okay, y'all just do something. Just tell me where to be. You don't have to surprise me. You don't have to try to surprise me because I will be surprised. Um, but yeah, just create something,
It's all good.
plan
We'll have
something,
to
and
we'll have to
invite
figure
me.
out
Invite
something.
me.
We'll have,
Invite me to my own
yeah,
birthday party.
your own
Yes.
birthday party.
Uh
Yeah, I
huh.
get it. We'll have to figure something out and make that happen. Shout out to Ashley Monet. What is going on? Glad to
Hey,
have you hanging out
Ash.
with us. And listen, we got a lot to cover. I'm so excited. First of all, I'm excited to see you. Happy New
I
Year,
know.
Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying? I haven't
Thank
seen you in
you.
forever.
All of that. Absolutely. I've
Yeah,
been, like I said, on the grind. Yeah, can't tell you what I've been doing, but I've been on the grind, and yeah, so it's good to be here. I had a day off today by chance, and here I am.
awesome stuff. Listen,
Yes,
before we get going too far, I want to give a big shout out to the Bay Area. Yes, the entire Bay Area. So many people showed up this past Sunday afternoon at
yes,
Glad Tidings, and we had an absolutely amazing time. So I just want to take this moment before we do anything, before I shout out anybody else. I want to shout out the Bay. Let me at least shout out. I want to shout out Mary Williams, who did praise and worship for us. Obviously, the Glad Tidings Mass Choir did their thing, had an amazing time. Shout out to Lily of the Valley, Bishop Anthony Lynn Willis and his choir came and had us going. Reminded us that we never shall forget what the Lord has done for us.
yes,
We also had Dr. Stephen Roberts and NorCal GMWA. They came in big numbers and made things happen. And then we also had Olivet, Pastor Greg Hunter, and they came and did what they only can do. And we also had my friend David Daughtry from Los Angeles, California, come and be our special guest. So we had a great time. So I just want to take a moment to shout out the entire Bay Area and say thank you, thank you, thank
yes,
you for all of your love and support. All right, y'all, let's keep things going.
absolutely.
Shout out To my dude, Bobby Griffin, what is going on? Frisno in the building. What's happening, man? Glad to have Tracy J. Wilson also in the building. And she says both hey to me as well as Ashton. She
Hi,
says hey to you as
Tracy.
well. So what is going on, Tracy J. Wilson? Glad to have you in the building. All right, y'all. We're going to keep things going. As we do that, we're going to bring up our next co-host that I just seen pop in. And now that I see where he is, and I've had a chance to go to his house, and so now everything makes sense when I see him pop up. Like, oh yeah, I know exactly where you're sitting. My guy out in uh, Hercules. I'm still trying to put y'all in Pittsburgh, but in
I don't know. I don't
Hercules
know
of
why.
California, I don't know. My guy is in the building. Let's bring him up. Ja'Cory Prothro. Ja'Cory Prothro is in the building. Man, what is going on?
Oh,
Hi,
I don't.
friend.
What's going on? Oh, I don't think
No,
I
you
was
look
ready.
good. You look good.
I
You have
wasn't ready
soft
this morning.
lighting. It's good soft lighting.
Yeah.
I'm in here. I missed you this week. I wanted to tell you I'm so sorry, truly sorry. Churches, you don't know what time they're gonna get out, and church is back in session, so it ran a little late. And I think I'm getting older to the point to where it'd be like I don't feel like driving. I'm not a driver. I'm just gonna be honest. If your program is in Stockton and Sacramento, and I don't have a driver, I'm probably not coming. But
If he
pray
doesn't have a
for me.
driver, yeah,
Pray for
That
me.
that would be
absolutely.
me. That would be me. I'm the driver. Usually when we go to events far away, then it's me. Then I'm like, cause he's up the hill. So I'm like, just come down the hill, park your car
Yeah,
where my car is parked. You know how we do. And we'll go to the
Exactly.
event together. Yeah.
yeah,
Wait, hold
Exactly.
absolutely.
on. Wait,
I,
hold on. Hold that up. Hold that up. Oh, that's delicious. Oh my
Oh,
God.
we got product. We got arms and
Oh
arms.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So people are
okay.
calling, they're getting their orders in.
Well,
Good.
good. I see you. I see you putting the work in. I may need to make a drive.
Mhm. Oh no,
Yeah, I'm off today.
I got some stuff for you. How
Oh
y'all?
well,
Oh,
let's have
really?
lunch because I'm off today. Will you come get some bracelets and let's go grab a bite?
We might have to make that happen. Listen, before
Yeah.
we get rolling, big shout out to Sonny Vaughn. Sonny, who is a member of my church, has a brand new Christmas single. If you haven't had a chance to get it yet, do me a favor, scurry over to Apple Music or iTunes, wherever you purchase your music, and get Sonny Vaughn's brand new single. We'll get a chance to debut it at our church this coming Sunday, and we're
Nice.
certainly excited about that for her. So, Sonny, welcome to the show. Glad to have you hanging out with us. Again, Ashley Monet, she's hanging out with us. Tracy J. Wilson, who formally and finally says, "Hey, what's up to you, Ja'Cory?" My guy who was in the building on Sunday didn't get a chance to talk to him, but Andrew
ABC.
ABC in the building, Andrew Brian Caldwell in the building, and it is all good. All right, y'all, let's get ready now to bring up our next co-host out in Charlotte of North Carolina, and she's hanging out with us. I'm excited to see her. Let's bring her out. No big fluff. No further ado, my homie and yours, Yolanda. Wild Praise Morant is in the building. Yolanda,
Hey,
girl, what is going on?
hey, what's happening? Let's talk about
I'm good. I am good. Glad to see you. Welcome to the show. How's everything
you.
going out
Ashley,
your way?
cool.
Hi, Yolanda.
Right. Y'all probably think I have no excitement.
You're getting better. You're getting better. You
I
have
mean,
to
it's a
warm up.
very bright, bushy tailed person. It's just, I mean, it's sometimes I don't talk for long periods in the morning, and
Yeah,
then sometimes my
yeah.
phone
That's
rings and I
cool.
talk to 25 different people who want things that are not
You
real.
know what? Let me say, Yolanda, you do not have to apologize
Thank you.
because we all have different personalities, right? And
Absolutely.
it's funny. I feel like we are the perfect combination of personalities. Like D Tole is the pilot, right? He's leading the plane. He's the pilot. I'm the flight attendant, making sure that everybody has snacks and everybody's happy, right? Ja'Cory, he's grounds crew. He's making sure that everybody has what they need, that the plane has fuel. And Yolanda, you're the air traffic controller that analyzes everything before we make moves to tell us that it's safe before we take off. Yeah, so we're the perfect combination to take this flight to the next level.
But you always tell me,
Absolutely.
you know me in person. I'm not like loud like Shay Shay and them. First, let me say, if you are a Shay Shay, is good enough. That's some Shay Shay person. What I'm saying, if you meet me in person, I'm like, hey, so we're going to like I'm kind of
Not gonna happen.
You said that
Got
didn't
you.
happen?
It's all good. It
I
takes
missed
all
you.
kinds. It take all kinds.
Oh, she's in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not mad at you. I tell you what,
I'm
listen.
like,
We
what? Oh, right.
I
But,
got
if I
you.
don't
I
know
got
you,
you.
if I
I
don't know
got you.
you, well, some people be like that.
Well, we know you, and you still sometimes treat us anyway. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep
Oh
things
my,
going.
my, my. Oh
Let's make things happen.
my.
We're going to reach out to the internet and talk about today's national day. We have four, very interesting, that we have today. Four national days. Today is National Universal Health Coverage Day. National
Amen.
Universal Health Coverage Day. So if you don't
Shout out
have
to
health
Canada.
coverage, Canada.
Yeah, shout out to Canada and shout out to the EU, which stands for the European Union. They have
Absolutely.
universal health care. We do not in
Yep.
this country. We are one
True
of the
enough.
few that does not have universal health care. Maybe we'll move
Yeah.
to that today on the
We
National
hope.
Day. Amen.
We hope. We hope that might even save us some money because much money I'm paying for insurance. Anyway,
Come on.
today is International Health Coverage Day. Secondly, today is National Ambrosia Day. National Ambrosia. So,
Like the dessert,
yeah, absolutely.
I don't
The
There's
like it.
very
Ambrosia.
there's very few that can make that right.
Is that
It has
like
to
the
be done right.
Jello? Is that Jello with like whipped cream and like, ugh,
Fruit
Marshmallows and
cocktail, stuff
ugh,
like that in it. Yeah, it has to be
ugh,
made right. It has to be
ugh,
made right.
ugh.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Lucinda Taylor. Lucinda, what is going on? Glad to have you hanging out. We got to get you back on real soon. But anyway, continuing
Hello.
on
Can y'all hear me?
today. Yeah, we hear
Yes.
you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know we're going to CNN today, but back up one point. Okay, taking off from Colorado, and so there's a little like Shay and Julie in me comes sometimes. So what is ambrosia? I'm just saying maybe
it's a
I missed what you
cold
said.
fruit. It's a cold fruit salad.
You don't need to know.
Right.
It's
That's
but
the
it's
best
not
way to
even
put
that.
it.
But it's not even no. But we can't even call it a cold fruit salad. It's a Jello. It has Jello squares typically,
Uh-huh.
and then they
No,
mix
no.
whipped cream into it, and then they put the fruit in it.
You just
I
gotta
I
have
I
a
haven't had it with
seasoned
Jello.
person. Yeah, you just have
I
to
don't
have a
do the
seasoned
Jello. We
person to make
have
it.
it's fruit cocktail the way I've seen it. Fruit
Okay.
cocktail without the juice, obviously. Whipped cream. Some people, depending on who's making it, some people put pistachio color in it. Um,
Ugh,
but I eat it.
Oh, I didn't know that's
no,
what
I
no,
it's
eat it.
no.
called.
I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I eat
So
it.
Jello with fruit
Long
and
as
then
it,
with yogurt. Okay, with cream on top. Okay, I just didn't know that's
yeah,
what it's
yeah,
called.
yeah.
I
All
might
of
have
that
had
stuff
it
right
like
there.
I'm. Oh, here we go. Okay, so ambrosia dish is a creamy fruit salad loaded with pineapple, mandarin, oranges, coconut, and miniature. Um, what do they call those things? Miniature fruit flavored marshmallows.
Yeah. The marshmallows too. I forgot about the marshmallows. Miss me with the coconut, but everything else I eat. But miss me with the coconut. Shout out to John Strickland. Let's see. Let me put you on the screen. Let me see.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you missed me with the coconut, but everything else I do.
Ugh.
Shout out to
No,
Hassan Thomas
no, no.
in the virtual building as well. Hassan, as you can see, young man, I am wearing your T-shirt today. I am wearing this T-shirt that was sent to me or given to me by Hassan Thomas and the Humanity team. So shout out to them. Thank you for the shirt. Anyway, continuing on. Today is also National Poinsettia Day. National
Oh,
Poinsettia.
I love
We
them.
have several. Yeah, we got a bunch of them around our church. Our church is decorated, for Christmassy type stuff. But today is National Poinsettia Day. John Strickland comes back and gives us some stuff about the ambrosia. He said, ambrosia, and I agree. I've never seen it with Jello. He said, ambrosia does not have Jello,
I
so that would be more of a parfait.
I
Ambrosia
think
salad,
yeah.
it has fruit cocktail. Now, he can mix it
Yeah.
with the sour cream, but fruit
Ooh.
cocktail, coconut, sour cream, and
Mm-mm.
other colored marshmallows. No,
I
sir.
think I think I'm mistaking it. There is another salad that people put Jello, or maybe there's just a Jello dessert where people put fruit and the Jello and the whipped cream. So I think that
Yeah.
I'm confusing ambrosia with that. I think that's something
We
different. I think
and I'm
I
glad
just
that you're
remember the
confusing it.
green. the little green pieces in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh,
This is a mess.
go ahead.
It's
Wow,
I
Jacoy,
don't know who's at the
you've really
door.
been working.
yeah,
I
it's
know he
going
probably
on.
wasn't talking to us, but since he showed it to us, we might have to do it. We have to do a sale today, man. You're like really prepared.
Oh yeah, we can. I told you I was ready for you.
I see you. I see you putting the work in. We got one last national day. Doesn't really concern me, but today is National Gingerbread House Day. National Gingerbread House Day doesn't concern me. Nothing to do with me. But those are our national days. We're also going to jump right quick into today's birthdays. Today's birthdays. We have a few. Today is actress Regina Hall. Many of us know actress Regina
Hmm.
Hall. Today is her 53rd birthday. So happy
Mm,
birthday to her. Today is also Dionne Warwick, singer extraordinaire. Dionne Warwick's birthday. She is 83 today. Happy
wow.
83rd birthday to Dionne Warwick. I was hoping Ashton would be back by now, but she's not. But her friend, her homie, Sheila E. Today is Sheila E.'s birthday. She turns Wow, an amazing 66. Sheila
Ooh.
E is 66 today. I've seen her live in concert. She doesn't act 66 anywhere. So happy birthday to her.
Wow.
And then lastly, two people who have passed on, but that are definitely left an indelible impression upon the earth. Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra, who was born in 1915. Today would have been his birthday. He passed in 1998. And then last but not least, we all remember the great Bob Barker
Okay.
from The Price is Right.
Bob
Spent
Barker.
many years hosting The Price is Right. Today would have been his 100th birthday. Today would have been his 100th birthday. So those are our birthdays today. I know Ashley you was gone, but we did mention that your friend, your homie Sheila E.
Yes, I know.
Today is
I
her
heard you. I
birthday.
heard the whole thing. I heard everything that you said. Today is her 66th birthday. I know it's so hard to believe that
Right.
she is 66. And when I tell you, we're all of us in the band are, she's older than everybody. We are all trying to keep up with her. We're literally trying to keep up with her. She has so much energy. And here's the secret. I asked her. I literally asked her. I said, Sheila, what is the secret to you looking so young, feeling so young, like she's fit, you know what I mean? She's like, she's not carrying extra weight. She looks amazing. She feels amazing. She doesn't stop moving. She doesn't ever have times in her life where she's sedentary. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you just sit for a whole afternoon and watch TV? Like, maybe I'm the only one that does that, and that's okay if I'm the only one. But I think that sometimes we have moments of sedentary, and some people have a very sedentary life where they either work from home on a computer, but you need to find ways to move, find ways to get movement in. And so she never sits still. She does rest. Now, don't get it twisted. She does rest, but she looks amazing and is just absolutely amazing. Love, love, love her. So shout out to Sheila E on her birthday. And while I'm at it, shout out to everybody who's having a birthday today. Birthdays are absolutely so special. And I'm talking to myself as well, because I have a big one coming up. This is the time to celebrate what God has done. Look at what he's done. And if you're in the midst of something, you're like, well, I can't celebrate my birthday because I'm in the midst of something. That's great. Because in the midst means that God is doing his best work. That's where he does the best work, is in the process. And so just take a moment today, even if it's just to look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? Look at the God in me. Look at what God is doing in my life, and say happy birthday to yourself. But if nobody has told you happy birthday today, from all of us here at Freedom Radio and Shop Talk, happy birthday.
Awesome stuff.
Ooh.
Thank you so very much. That was great. Perfectly timed. Speaking of perfectly timed, let's get ready to bring up our next co host, who I believe is joining us for a few moments from work. He is hanging out with us. We know him as the Hallelujah Morning Man himself. He is the one who has coined that great statement now about Freedom Radio, the only station for the people, by the people. He knows what he says. But anyway, let's bring up my guy, Demetrius Hunter, in the building. Demetrius, man, what is going on?
Good morning, afternoon, hallelujah, morning to everybody out there in Freedom Radio land. Hello, it is Michi. I am here for the show, for the party, for the conversation, and for the praise. The only station for the
Come on.
people, by the people, encouraging and uplifting the people. Hello, everybody. I'm in
Come
the
on.
building.
Come on. See what the
That's how you
tradition
come in the room.
go.
I've been in
I
training.
There is only one, Demetrius
Oh
Hunter,
my
we,
God.
of
Come
which
but you
on,
know,
baby.
but you know, he been singing at churches and stuff, so he didn't put himself on a higher
Come
plateau.
on. Come on.
Stop it.
He's
yeah,
singing at red and delivering "Go Tell It"
Uh-huh.
on the mountain.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
tell it.
yeah. I seen the pictures and everything, man. Congrats to you, man. I'm glad that you're
I
breaking
love
out
Thank
of
that.
you.
your
Thank
box, man.
you.
So congrats to you,
Absolutely. And
and
you
we'll
know
get.
what? It's never too late. It's never too late. Even if you 30 or 40 or even 50 or even 60, right? It's never too late to go try something different. If you've always, and Detox says this all the time, if you get what you've always gotten, no. If you do what you've always done, then you get what you've always got, right? And so if you want to
Hmm.
see something different, if you want to see a shifting in your life, you have to be the shift. Be the change that you want to see. You know, we
Exactly.
spend all this time sitting around complaining if my boss this, my manager this, if my children only, if my parents only, if the world would only, if the government would only. But what if you only?
Hmm.
What if you only did it? What if you only made a change? What if you only applied for that position that you've been looking for? I'm telling you, Michi has leaps and bounds in the last like 2 years.
Yes,
He's
God.
literally 10x his life in the last 2 years. And it's because he's been diligent. And so just pay attention to the people around you. Like look and see what they're doing and don't be haters on what they're doing. Ask
Hmm.
them, what must I do to 10x my life? 10x, if anybody has not heard that term. That means taking what you have and multiplying it by
Multiply it by
10,
10. Hmm.
right? And so you 10x your life. If you want to 10x your bank account, take account of what you have and figure out how you can 10x that thing to get to the next
If you
level.
wanna be somebody, if you wanna
Hey,
go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna
What's wrong?
So
That was
well,
speaking
really
of 10x, so
good.
that's actually a
That
great
was,
segue. That's
yeah,
actually a great segue
absolutely. That
because
right
I
on the
got some.
nail.
Yeah, that's a great segue. Because speaking about that, I wanted to mention something or talk about something that we never talk about, which is baseball. We never talk about baseball because baseball
we don't.
is not something that we're all
Why?
interested in. However, I need to mention something about baseball. There is
What?
a young man. Somebody's at the door. There is a young man
Oh,
that formerly played for the Los Angeles Angels. His name is Shohan Otani. You may not know him by name. His name is Shohan Otani. You want to talk about 10 time in your life. He moved here from Japan, China, somewhere like that. And he has become the most sought after baseball player in the major leagues. Let me tell you why I
mm,
mention him. Just the other day, he just signed a mammoth, unheard of 10-year contract for $700 million.
Jesus the Christ.
So I'm gonna just let that soak in.
He's
For the next,
Japanese. He's
okay, Japanese. Okay, so 10
yes,
years.
mhm.
For 10 years, he's gonna make $70 million a year.
Jesus.
So I mentioned this for a couple of reasons. One, that is unheard of. But secondly, he's smarter than most people think because here's what he did. He said, you know what? I want you all for the 10 years that I'm there, pay me 2 million a year. It's more than what I had when I was in Japan. Pay me 2 million a year while I'm playing with y'all. And then at the end of my contract, pay me the rest.
Wow.
Wow.
What? So he's gonna
Now
That's so
live
that
on
that
two
smart.
that
million a
that is
year.
smart, but let's
That's so
consider
smart.
what I got
Why
to
is that smart?
consider. I'm sorry, let me jump in because before I get to giving him applause for that because it's a contract and because it is sports and there are outline. What are the outline conditions? Because if he break his knee, let's say in 2 years, Are we cashing
So
him out at the
those
two-year
he
mark?
does not have any performance options that cause him to get the 70 million. And he is a rare gem because not only
Wow.
is he an incredible hitter, he's also an incredible pitcher. So he's the only person in
Wow.
the league that is a pitcher and a massive hitter at the same time. So he just got signed by the Los Angeles Dodgers. So he's moving from Anaheim down up the 405 to Los Angeles and is going to be playing with the Dodgers. 10 years, $700 million. Ashton, I see your hand.
So let me tell you, he is Japanese. So he's born and raised in Japan. And let me tell you about the work ethic in Japan. Let me just let's just can we just talk about that for 1 second? Let's just
Go
talk
right
about the
ahead.
work ethic in Japan. Like, and I've told this story before. I don't know if I told it on this show, but in Japan, people care about their the square that they are responsible for, right? You know how like we talk about like stay on your square, right? So when I was on tour with Larry Graham, we did the Blue Note in Japan. They have a location in Tokyo and Osaka. Well, no longer in Tokyo, but just Osaka. So in Osaka, there was this older gentleman and he was responsible to open the stage door when we went on the stage and then close it behind us. And then when we were done, he would open the stage door and we would exit and they would close it behind us. And that was his only job. And let me tell you, this man was a professional door opener. He cared so much. He wasn't like, man, how come I can't be over there doing this? Or I got to be back here. I'm missing the show. Man, how come I can't? Why I got to open doors? People should be opening doors for me. He didn't have, and none of that we say out of our mouths as Americans. I know we say that a lot. We're just like, are always wanted like take. But he had such a giving spirit and he cared so much. One year, the final year that we were in Osaka, he wasn't there to open our door. And I was afraid to ask what happened to, our friends. And they said, oh, he retired. And I said, oh my goodness, will you please give him a message that we love him so much and we are so appreciative? Do you know that 1 hour later, that man was right back there in the theater just so he could open and close the door for us as come out of retirement because we appreciated what he did so much. If we had an attitude, first of all, of gratitude for the opportunities that God gives us.
Yep.
I was asked to sweep the floor the other day at my new job. Guess what I did? I swept that floor better than anybody else has swept that floor. That floor was cleaner than it was than people had seen in a long time. And so I wish that we would have an attitude of gratitude for the things that we're able to do. There's some people that can't pick up a broom. There's some people that can't open a door. There's some people that are in a wheelchair that have to push a button to open a door because they can't get in and out themselves. And so I wish that we would be more grateful. And I wish that we would think more towards the future rather than just the right now, right? Just the right now. And that's what he's thinking. He's thinking future, right? How can I create generational wealth? Maybe he's self-aware to say that he doesn't have discipline if they give him this 70 million. Maybe he's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to make the right decision and I don't want people coming to ask me for $68 million. So let me just take the 2 million. Let me put away the 68 so my family and friends and the whole world doesn't come knocking at my door asking me for a loan. Can I hold $1 million right quick? So there could be all kinds of things, but I think that the psychology behind all of it is being the best you that you can possibly be, being the best version of you that you can possibly be, not trying to take away from anybody else, none of that. What is God putting you? What has God called you to do? Now go 10x that. I know we on this 10x thing. I'm on this 10x thing. But go explore that. Go to school if you need to get a degree to go take that to the next level, which I passed my course with an A-. I will tell you, I just graduated this semester with an A-. But yeah, it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful.
Can I add one part to something she said? I promise I will not be a Baptist preacher today. One closing. When she was talking, I thought about when I was in my early 20s and I was a part of starting a church called Kingdom of Faith. And I will always tell people in truth, it was some hard days, it was some difficult days, but it was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. Because there's nothing more humbling when you sing, you do praise and worship, people running around, sliding in the walls, and then you have to go clean the bathroom. Nothing will humble you more when you
That's
have
right.
to set up church and break it down. I promise you,
Mhm.
nothing humbles you more. So when she was talking, I thought about these moments also build character. So what happens is a lot of times, my cousin said this to me yesterday. Social media, in my opinion, is very wonderful. I'm on social media break, if you will. It's really wonderful in a lot of great ways, but we never see is the middle. So we see the guy, he's getting a 60 million contract, but we don't see all the times he was in the backyard throwing the ball and it didn't work. And the multiple times he had to throw it and throw it again and it didn't work. The multiple times his father said, "You." And I'm just saying, I don't know if this was his story, but there are stories like where his father said, "You can't do this. Why don't you want to just go be a cook in our family restaurant, or why don't you want to just da, da, da?" And somebody says, "This is never going to work. You're trying to go to America. There are thousands of people that play baseball. People don't like baseball. It's boring." Da, 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 da. When you're seeking to be great, because great is not free, you have to drown out all the other stuff because we don't see the middle, right? So we see Jacory making bracelets, but we don't know all the times he made it and he sold it to somebody and it fell apart. We don't know that part. We don't know all the times Demetrius had to go to to be in the doctor's office and he was there by himself, right? We just don't know the middle. So that's what I would just like to encourage. These things build great character, and if you're able to withstand the middle, then you can get to the next part.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And what I love about it, you just mentioned something that made me think, Corey, I do need to come see you because I had one that fell
You
apart.
busted a bracelet.
I had one that fell apart.
I do jewelry repairs. Praise the Lord.
Hey man, I'm gonna bring it to you, man. I got all the beads, and I'm gonna definitely bring it to you for you to fix it for me and make it happen. So, and Pastor Bill Carter, you're correct, man. It's believed that he did that so that they could save money to get another person, get more people on the team, so they could potentially win a championship.
Ooh,
Because
Wow.
he wants to
that's a
win.
whole nother conversation right there too. Oh my God. You
Yeah, he
get
wants
into
to win.
position, you better position yourself to help somebody behind you.
Yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely.
That's right.
Which I think that's what he's trying to do.
Mm.
He wants to bring one of his other Japanese friends, who's an amazing pitcher as well, over to be signed by the Dodgers. And the Japanese trend
Come
coming
on,
to
LA.
to America is really starting to become more popular. Japan has a lot of great pitchers and
Mm-hmm.
hitters and basketball players and all kind of stuff. So everything is just not in America. Don't think that we got the monopoly on everything, but we definitely want to. I'm shocked, and I first off, $2 million is not nothing to sneeze at. I can live off two
No.
million dollars for
I
Oh,
sure.
could live. I
sure.
could definitely
Me,
live off of 2 million.
Come
give
on.
me. I
Yeah,
don't even need the two
Please.
meal. Like,
No, no, I'm gonna take the 2 million. I ain't gonna say
I'm
that.
just saying, that's a lot of $1 million a year is a lot of
I ain't
money.
gonna, but just to kind of tap in what Dito was talking about as far as the guy's idea and mindset to want to incorporate other people from Japan um, for opportunities. And it's funny, we are having this conversation about different cultures and cultural opportunities. I was telling people how living in Brooklyn and how being around so many different cultures, like the neighborhood I lived in Brooklyn was the Jewish community. They call it the Jewish community. Literally, my whole street was nothing but Jews. We had an excellent Jewish cafe. God, I miss it. They sold nothing, no meats. They literally had the Jewish menu of the things that they served, and they had some delicious food. I really learned to eat really healthy. But what I've learned in being around those different environments was the different I watch how the different cultures interacted as far as those cultures not birthed here in the United States, even people of
right.
brown skin
Hmm.
color that are like Belizean or from Barbados or from the Caribbean or anywhere like that, and how when their people come over would come to New York, how they would bring them to the offices and walk them around and help them. And I'm just different things that's looking at and how our culture here in the United States, even us among our ethnic brothers and sisters and any culture here in the United States, we're not really too keen of picking up somebody and carrying them low. We're not going to see our neighbor, our next door single mother next door, you know, with 2 kids. She's struggling, trying to figure out what's going on. Every time you come home, her lights is off. You know, we're not going to, you know, see if she needs assistance and, you know, tell her, you know, there's an office down the street that can assist you and take her down there and walk her down there. But these other cultures are going to do these things. But we as a culture don't do that. And
Right.
it's really strange, as you know, and I know it all, people always want to run back to, you know, oh, slavery this, slavery that, slavery been. It's like at some point we have to stop blaming the past on the present, because we can change what happens next. And I think we oftentimes forget that we can change what happens next, and we continue to, well, this happened, that happened, so this is how it is. No, that's not always the case. That's not always the
Oh,
case, and
that's good.
I'm learning that. um I'm learning that as I'm growing during this
Yeah.
time, even preparing for this Sunday. Like I was like, God, I do not want to do this song. I'm nervous. Like I ain't sung in so long, and I actually said I was not leading when I first even came to the choir. I'm like, I'm not leading no song. I'm not trying to do any of that. You know, I joined the choir just to know that, say that I was doing something in the church. Let's just keep it real. You know, not that they can't sing, not that the music department is not great, but I just was kind of backed away from that because of previous experiences dealing with the music departments within a church. And so
Mhm.
I was just like, you know what? I'm just stick to myself, do that and the third. I, but Warren wouldn't take no for an answer. I was trying to back out of it. Um, put the mess in the chat. Y'all, I need help. I can't. This is too high. This, that, the third. You know, Corey said something. I reached out to my brother Dwayne. You know, he was like, "Bro, you got this. Like, what are you scared?" Like, I really doubted myself, honestly. Like, I'm the person. I don't. You know, I like to get the mic and sing. I'll hype a crowd up and do that and third. But if you want me to sing a song, that's not gonna happen. Even one time, we had Ashton special at a praise in the park. Ashton came out, and I tried to walk. I said, "Come on back," and she was trying to get me to sing along with her, and I was like, ah, like I really clam up from that stuff, and so God began to deal with me, and I actually realized that I got to a place in my life where I felt, okay, God has healed me. God has done this. There's nothing else is going for. Like I'm just here. I'm just regular. Like you know everything is regular. And something dropped in my spirit that told me, no, there's still purpose. You haven't completed your purpose, and purpose does not have an end date. It's not date stamped. It doesn't have an expiration date on there. So whatever your purpose is, whatever God has designed us to do, there's a process. And no matter how long that process takes, it's going to get to that point. I mean, we have so many examples on this platform, from Demetrius Tolfree to Ashlyn Cole, Sunday Best, and you would think Ashlyn should have been on Sunday's Best, or whatever the case, because her music resume. When I looked up her music resume and really got, I'm like, oh my God, do we not know who was sitting here with us? Like, and she's so humble, and she doesn't even speak loud of her accolades, and like different things, and just different things begin to come to my mind, and I just begin to say, wow, you know what? I get it. I get it. Now I get it. At 47, I get
Keep living, young man. Keep on
it.
living.
There's no age
That's
in
right.
purpose. There's no age in
No.
confirmation. There's no age in when you're supposed to do things. Tyler Perry did so much, lived in his car, did so many things. If you watch the documentary, it didn't happen. He probably had that vision and dream from when he was a kid, from he was a child. It didn't happen until this man
Absolutely.
was in his later adolescent years.
Yeah.
So purpose has no
Absolutely.
time, it has no day stamp. And just remember, like, we have, just go through that process. And unfortunately, that
Yeah.
process is not going to be easy. If you look at anybody's story, Tyler Perry was homeless,
Right.
slept in his car, went through this, that, and the third, was splitting meals with, stage writers. Look at
That's
all
right.
these, Little Richard went through different things. Like, you have to look at these people that are a success, that are legends, that sit amongst us. Nobody had it easy.
Yeah.
Nobody did.
That's right. And Meech, what you're saying is so good. And I think the other side of that is that we caution ourselves that we don't think that the opportunity is always going to be there. Right.
Mm,
There will be opportunities, but I've heard, Dr. Eric Thomas, who's a mentor of mine, say you have to seize the opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of the opportunity.
that's good.
right? And
That's good.
so if you have something come up on your timeline and you're like, oh, I want to post something, even if it would just simplify it, like, oh, I want to post this response to this thing that happened, and then you don't post it, and then the opportunity has missed. Now you're gonna post it a week later, and it's not gonna make any sense. So if you feel that unction, we like to say that in church, you feel that unction to move, that means that God is he's what's the word I'm trying to use? He's having the Holy Spirit push you towards something. You feel that thing bubble up in you. That means that go now, move now, shift now, go do it now. Like don't miss that. If somebody's on your heart, call them now. If you have an idea, write it down right now. Because you just don't know how that's going to change somebody's life, right? That song or that message or that act that you do, whatever that thing that you do, that might shift somebody in, like, to bring them to Christ. You just don't know how God is trying to use you in the big picture of the kingdom.
Yeah, and sometimes moments don't last forever. You have to, sometimes I think, like, let's say the pandemic, there was a wave of masks, right? So there are people, there was probably some girl who said, you know what, I want glitter on my mask. And she made a mask that had glitter. And she probably made thousands of dollars. But now we're not wearing them, right? So what also has to happen, you have to catch the wave while it's waving. I'm gonna be honest.
That's right.
I've missed some waves. And I recognize that in truth, I may not get the wave back. It comes in waves, right? The Bible says that, right? Seasons, right? So it comes in waves. Go ahead.
It does. Let me jump, because that's really good, because the thing about it, and this is one of the sermons I actually paid attention to during our convocation under Bishop but one of our bishops from Chicago, I forget his name, I think he's passed, he recently had passed, or maybe it's been a year now, came to convocation there in Hayward. He preached a sermon. I would never forget the sermon. He preached walking through open doors at the wrong time.
Come on.
Walking through, and I will never forget that message. And for some reason, I don't know why that message sometimes seems to come up. And that just hit me again as Yolanda was talking about the waves and different things like that. And sometimes those waves may open doors that's really not meant for us to walk through. And so we really have to be prayer conscious. And I hear, sometimes Ashton talks about it. Sometimes I'll be like, Ashton, why she don't do that? Why she don't do this? And Ashton tell you, she gonna pray about it. You can invite her, but she gonna pray. She's gonna pray before she confirms. And I'll be looking like, what? But there's a reason. Because I'm finding a lot of artists are doing that now. Somebody else was just talking about that. There was actually the church actually tried to put him on blast. I forget who it was. But she told him, hey, she had to pray about it. She prayed and she fasted, and the Lord told her no. And people have to realize, we're in a season right now to where everybody's not trying to run to every opportunity anymore. There are some people that really mean business, really mean ministry, and are really seeking God before they say, give you that yes. And it's okay. I'm learning it's okay.
Every door is not your door.
No.
Right? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's old. That's old for real.
Absolutely.
It doesn't mean you can. Mean you should have a preacher friend. He told someone recently live. He said, just because you can carry something doesn't mean you're meant to carry it. Just because you're strong doesn't mean you should walk around with 20 bricks on your shoulder every day. So I think the lesson we should all learn in all that is occurring in the earth right now is you got to be careful what you pick up. Oh, okay. You got to be careful what you pick up. Everything is not yours.
That part.
Everything. Just because I can sing doesn't mean that I need to go sing at Carnegie Hall. That doesn't mean I don't want to, Jesus. What I'm saying is that doesn't mean that right now is the day to stand in that space, right? Because sometimes when you're not ready, you got to know the difference. So you got to catch the wave, but you need to know if you're supposed to be on that boat. Because if you do something before you're supposed to do it, you will mess it up.
Yeah.
There's some people, I don't care what no one says, there's some people that you're not respectfully meant to do. I think Donnie McCorkin said this on one season of Sunday Best. Somebody has to do praise and worship at the church.
Come on.
Right? Same thing with the club because it's not just church. Somebody has to be at the club doing the Friday nights. Everybody's not made to do a Las Vegas residency. That's a lot of responsibility.
That's
And it
right.
doesn't mean you're not great. You got to be okay with your particular greatness, right? But if you go through a door before you're supposed to, and
Hmm.
you get in that door and it requires something of you that you cannot handle. Can you handle being in a Hollywood party and they all doing
Come on.
drugs and you don't have enough strength to do it? Okay, so you got to know your door.
No, that's really good. And even your no, when you say no to things, that opens a door for somebody else. I don't have to be greedy and take everything that people ask me to do, because that's a
Ooh.
yeah. Come on. So when I say no, that opens the door for somebody else, you
Absolutely.
know. But if you have me on every single thing, what about the next up and coming generation? What about somebody that is not quite as experienced? So I say no, and they're like, well, who else? And then God will drop somebody in their spirit, and it like now we're moving in another direction. That's gonna open doors for them.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the problem in the music industry, that we do not create spaces to endorse others.
Oh,
We
come on,
only we only endorse ourselves. And I
come on,
think that's one reason why I kind of step back, and I'm fine with the pond of ducks that follow me. Because at the end of
Preach
the
to Corey.
day,
Preach your
at
tongue.
the end
Watch
of
your
the
tongue,
day,
sir. Watch your
if
tongue,
at
sir.
the end of the day, if me launching myself to so much greater and I can't endorse the next person,
come
then
on.
what I'm doing is pretty much in vain. Because my thing is, honestly, the things that we have, the talents, the money, the cars, we're all just renting them because we're not here to stay. I think we get so caught up in thinking that, guess what? I'm living in this house and this is the end. No, my
Come on.
house is a mansion that I haven't seen yet. But I'm gonna go on and
Yee.
I'm gonna work with this rented space and this rented voice that he's giving me, but create a space to where you can endorse the next. That's not just in music. That's in your love, compassion, and your giving, and your thanksgiving, and all of that.
Speak,
And then I'm muting.
speak to Corey.
I don't know how we got here.
That's
Somebody's
so good. It's so good. Oh my
So it
God.
sounds like to me, based on how you guys are talking, it sounds like to me that you're saying that there has to be a difference between knowledge and wisdom.
Oh yes, sir.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
just because I have the knowledge to do something doesn't mean that it's always wise for me to do it. One, with this person, two, at this place, three, at this time.
Come on.
I could have swore I know I heard somebody say that there is an appointed time and place, and well, you know what, I'm not going to try to preach. Anyway,
Come on,
let
preach
me
on. Preach
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
on.
ahead. Go ahead,
Yes.
Tone.
let
Come on,
me leave it
Bishop.
alone
Come on,
because this
Bishop.
ain't the
Close out the
time or
house.
necessarily the place. But I can tell you, I want to give a quick shout out to some people hanging out with us. My cousin, the Bishop Darrell Shaw, out in Texas. What's going on, cuz? Shout out to Angela Marie, artist extraordinaire in the Bay Area. Angela Marie. So you want to talk about opening doors and spaces for other people? That is exactly what Angela Marie is doing. Myself and Alfreda Lyons recorded a song with Angela in an effort not to just open further doors for us, but in an effort to pull her along with us. So she was very smart in doing that. She also has a brand new song featuring Bay Area artist Aaliyah Hall. So you want to definitely check out Angela Marie. She is doing some great things, wise things that is beyond just her knowledge.
Absolutely.
Also, a quick shout out to Corrine Burnett, who is also hanging out with us, one of my constituents in my jurisdiction. I am glad to have her hanging out with us. Listen, I'm looking up at the clock, and we got time to do one last thing, and that is to talk about a couple of upcoming events. Those of us in the Bay Area this coming Monday in Oakland at Yoshi's, we will get a chance to hang out with Robin Williams and Peace Gospel Choir. They have an
Ooh,
incredible event now. If you don't have your tickets already, they are sold out. I love that part. They are already sold out. I am one of those that didn't get my ticket soon enough, so I will have to just hear about it. But it's going to be an absolutely, trust me, amazing event. And so we look forward to hearing more about Peace Gospel Choir and that particular event. But not only that, Ashlyn Ashton has a great event coming up. Ashton, I could talk about it, but you know it better than I. Why don't you tell us about this event that you have going on in the next couple of days?
Oh, I'm so excited. Do you have the flyer? Or you have, oh, look at you have the flyer, Dito. Look, I grew up in Fillmore District in San Francisco, and so people know, it's all about the mo, right? So I'm going back home this Friday night, starting at 5 p.m. Myself and the amazing Dave Hollister will be entertaining
Woo!
and ministering to the people. Super excited. It's the holiday night market. It is a free outdoor music concert and block party. Of course, we all know Dave Hollister and
Yes.
myself, and we just gonna have a good old time. There's gonna be Kids Wonderland, so bring your kids. You can RSVP. It is a free event, but we like to take a head count, so you can RSVP at Fillmore Holiday Eventbrite.com at eventbrite.com.
Please just tell me y'all doing
Oh,
a
I'm
song
sorry. And
together.
that's in the Fillmore and O'Farrell this Friday night from 5 to 9 p.m.
That's awesome. Awesome. Jacory, you had an event that you just mentioned. I don't have the flyer for it, but you can at least let us know what's going on.
Oh, well, I will be in San Francisco also at the Magic Theater with the Soulful Christmas starting on the 14th through the 17th. And also on what day is Carlton Pearson's service? I'll be flying out on Sunday to be a part of that on the 18th.
That's on
And
Monday, the 18th.
a lot of the Bay Area artists like Tremaine Hawkins and Yvette Flunder will be singing. Charlene Moore will be playing. It's gonna be going down. So I'll be over there. Y'all check the page out.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
That's good stuff.
Yes,
Last
I'm
but not least,
excited. I didn't know you were coming.
Yolanda Morant,
Yes,
you
get in.
have an event that you want to mention. I know it's not tomorrow, but it is coming up. And looks like I think this looks like your handiwork in terms of the flyer. But tell us what you got coming up in the next few weeks.
So actually, it's two. So he's going to show this event. So the first event is our Higher Calling. Kevin Lemon's Higher Calling are doing our kickoff. And we're going to continue with the traditional kickoff. So it's going to be January 14th in Atlanta, Georgia at the Dream Center. And we're doing, and people have been asking, what we going to wear? It's dressed down. So we're doing like HBU style. So come your HBU gear. It's going to be crazy, crazy amazing, right? The party doesn't stop. And then where's this going to be? In Memphis, Tennessee, Children Sing Productions is doing an event called Tribute to the Greats. So we say all these people are pioneers in gospel music, and they're going to be honored in a really, really great way. I you said that this guy is my client. I'm not saying this because he's my client. I'm telling you, these events that he does are. Demetrius will tell you he's been there.
Yes.
Like they're amazing. So if you want to take a
Absolutely.
road trip, you want to take a flight, you want to be in an event that's going to be amazing, well done, very, very polished. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be some very major A-list artists a part of the event. I promise you this, you will not regret it. It's going to be incredible.
I love that flyer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is really nice.
I
I
love
just
that
have
flyer.
one announcement.
Go right ahead, my brother.
If you're in the Atlanta area, please stop on by 704 Armorwood Way at 10:45 a.m. every Sunday morning for a wonderful
You know
time in
what?
Jesus at the Vision Cathedral. Here in Atlanta.
You know what, me?
I ain't premiered on no special bulletins or announcements, but you might find me running and praising God right there at 704 Armorwood Way.
Hilarious.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I'm
and
not
I'm
mad
going
at
to
you.
the Carlton Pearson event. I'm
Yes,
You
the
are.
Carlton Pearson event. Yes.
Yes.
And this Saturday is the private screening of Color Purple. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I cannot
Oh,
wait.
that's right. Oh, that's right. I
Spot-
forgot that's coming up.
Shout out to the best church in the world. Yes, they went ahead and
That's right.
got the
Okay,
theater
I
some
gotta
private
check my
screening
time
for
when
us.
we're
So
when we're doing it. I'm excited about that. Absolutely. Look,
yes.
I
That
mean,
is
I know we
awesome.
heading out. Detail. I know you have final thoughts, but y'all, if there's any time that you have this year to serve the underserved, I don't like to say the underprivileged. I don't like to use that term, but I'm saying if you can get out and serve, I don't know if it's cook a meal for your neighbor or go find a shelter that you could just put some time in, donate some blankets or go buy some socks from Costco and donate the socks. I mean, I'm telling you, it is cold out here in California. And I know if it's cold in California, it is cold across the country.
Mm.
So think about the people that need that warmth, that warm blanket, that coat, that hat, that sock. Go to Costco. They're having incredible deals right now. You can get you a whole bundle of socks and just hand them out. But do something nice for somebody that's in need this year.
Amen.
And you know what? I love it so much that today will be our closing comment and our final thoughts. Listen, today has been absolutely amazing as it always is. Listen, we're not out of conversation. We're only out of time, but we're going to get ready to go. So on behalf of Ja'Cory Prothro, Yolanda Morant, Ashlyn Cole, Demetrius Hunter, my name is Demetrius Tollfree. To the next time on this same Shop Talk Network at this same Shop Talk time. Y'all know how we do it. You can help us say it. Out up. Holla.